Hello, this is post-editing Hugo with a quick message before we start. Next Monday I'm going on holiday. I'm recording this now on Sunday, and I don't really have a lot of time to edit this all down. So normally I have an intro and an outro planned, I have like cool music for it planned, and McDowell aesthetically pleasing, but I don't really have the time to figure that out now, so that's for next episode. Also, when we recorded this, it took around 2 hours, which that's a bit long, that's a bit beefy, so I cut out all the uninteresting and not noteworthy bits to try to compress it, so it should be down to around 1 hour and 20 minutes now, so it's a bit more bearable. And then the last thing, at the start the audio levels were really messed up. It's fixed later on in the podcast, but just know that it sounds a bit strange. Either way, enjoy the podcast. There we go, podcast started. First of all, I don't know, should I introduce you guys? Or I think, like, I'm here with GenOne, Eragon, and Despacito, and I think everyone knows who these people are. And I assume people know me because this is gonna be on my channel, so, you know. But,
safe assumption.
Yeah, safe assumption. Either way, it's supposed to look nice, but I'm going on holiday on Monday, so I'll probably just be like, I don't know, some pixel art in the background of people, I don't know. It's probably not going to look that nice, but it is what it is. Either way, this is going to be about meta and about home. Let's see, I pulled it. This is so unprofessional from the get-go already.
All good. We'll just make it work.
Exactly. Either way, I think maybe we should start with all our opinions on the current meta of SVW. I don't know, how do you guys feel about
Stale.
Stale?
Getting old. I mean, there's obviously new innovations happening, but like,
New
it's just the same mons, new set.
New handsets getting rediscovered.
Yeah.
I've been quite enjoying the current SV meta, although I will say I was also happy for DPL to revert back to an old meta that has kind of freshened things up for me. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's just so much volatility with the ability to Terra type any given mon. Even though, I think the selection of mons that you can pick in your team builder is starting to get a bit stale. I would agree with that, but I think just because it's such a volatile meta, like there's always room to innovate even new sets on existing mons. But at the same time, definitely looking forward to home kind of freshening everything up with a new selection of Pokemon that you can pick in your team builder.
I'm not just looking forward. I'm grasping for some home content. I really need some new Pokemon here to spice it up. I'm really looking forward to Zapdos though, but Eragon, I think you might be the biggest SVW hater at the moment.
Honestly, I mean, I kind of agree with GenOne. I mean, I think the metagame's it's valid, but it's just not for me. I think there's still definitely room for some innovation, but what we're seeing is everything's centered around trying to win mirrors, which is not necessarily my favorite kind of metagame. Yeah, there's definitely still room for innovation, and I'm kind of excited to see what people bring in these, especially in these SV slots for the last 2 weeks of DPL.
Yeah, and Leathertor's also starting, which
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Talking about that, I don't know. Lettering it in the EU has not been enjoyable. I've found so much stall. I don't know. It's every time I see someone with the Tinglu, Wuchin, Dog Spec score, and I'm like, no, don't do this to me again. Not again. No, it's horrible. They all take so much time. No, I'm not a fan of it. But no, at the moment, I think SVW is at the worst position it has been, all across. With the Annihilate ban, the Flutter main ban, Hens getting, I don't know, I think Hens is really out of hands, I suppose you could say. It's really, I don't know. Every time I play with Hens, it takes 9 different attacks and it's still at the end of the game at 80% because of Drain Punch. And it goes everything after is SD.
Yeah, so there was a suspect test for Iron Hands, and I was honestly surprised with how few votes there were for in favor of banning it. I wasn't surprised that it didn't get banned, but I thought it would have been a closer vote than it was.
Yeah,
that was kind of what I was thinking.
I think it's so strange. I don't think Chi Yu's broken, but I've heard everyone say, well, we should ban Chi Yu. I don't know, why are people saying ban Chi Yu but don't ban hands? I really don't understand that. That's completely beyond me how that's, like, a thing. Like, Chi Yu is good, but is it game-breaking? Is it to the point that it can one-shot everything, recover everything back, and, you know, you can win with one well-played Chi Yu? No, not really. Like, hands on the
it's kind of it's kind of an enabler for other mons as well as being a very potent special attacker on its own. So I just don't, when I look at the other Pokemon in this meta, I don't see anything that's currently legal that gets pushed like over the top by Chi Yu. That's just my opinion though. I wouldn't be surprised to like revisit that once home drops, because we will be getting a lot of really new powerful special attackers, but we should probably wait until we're ready to talk about home before I get more into that. But
honestly though, I think Qin Pao might be better. I feel like, I don't know. Qin Pao plus Zapdos Galar is gonna... Oh no, I'll get also into that later, but...
Zapdos Galar?
Zapdos Galar is gonna rip stuff up, but I'll come back to that later. That's gonna be crazy though, but... I don't know, I'm a really big disliker of... I think this gen could be kind of funny, like, before home, if hands was banned, so you could run more stuff. There's so much stuff you can't really run because of hands, or, like, you just need to run a counter. But I think it's so ridiculous, there's such insane stats, to the point, like, it's so bulky you can't OHKO it, you can't one-shot it, right? So you need to chip it down. But because of Drain Punch, you can't really chip it down, because it will just heal right up. And with...
like a very... Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say, like, a very common analogy you'll hear a lot of people in the community say is that stats-wise, it has a pretty similar stat profile to Melmetal, which is just insane bulk plus insane offenses. Granted, Iron Hands has worse typing maybe than Steel, but you know, when you click Drain Punch, especially if you're at +2 after a Sword Stand, you're firing K-Makers off at the opponent and clicking Recover basically in one turn, which is just insane.
No, honestly, I think fighting electric is one of the things that is pushing it over the edge. I think that's way better than steel, not in general, but just in this meta, because almost all the good, like, strong attackers are dark type, like the Qin Pao, the goldfish, the snail, and the moose. I forgot the names for them, but all dark type. Then you like, the point is, like, fighting is a really good typing, but in combination with electric, you're neutral to flying attacks, and there isn't just that much that hits you besides Tusk, but you can kind of get around that with a Terra water type. And as I said, like, it's so bulky you can't OHKO it, so you need to chip it down. But every time I play with it, I recover everything back. You just get like a free SD, because I can take it with a citrus berry or a seed, or just because someone protects on the wrong turn. Then it's kind of over.
I will say though, it is worth noting that the current metagame is especially forgiving to fighting types. Like, fighting just goes really hard in this meta, whereas, you know, in past gens, fighting is a lot worse just because the Pokemon that are good, there's so, you know, there were so many fairy types and flying types that were good that right now I think part of the problem is just, like, fighting is just such a good type, like,
it is,
you know,
way
like
too
you
good.
said,
I think
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think
it's my biggest gripe with the metagame. The lack of, like, diversity.
Yeah. I think together with Fairy type, it might be the best type at the moment. It really is a great typing. And, like, I don't know, like, I'm partially also, like, again, that suspect vote. It was suspect vote, and I think, like, 26% voted for Ben, which is nothing. 26% is no one. Like, I already got my voter badge, and I looked at it and was like, no, I don't want a letter for this, I really don't want to. And, but I thought, like, people will ban it anyways, right? Because it's so, like, in my mind at least, complete broken, that nobody will keep this. And apparently, like, maybe, like, all the people who wanted to ban hands were just like me. I thought, no, I don't want a letter, and I'll just wait out the vote, but...
I think that's actually kind of like something that maybe inflated the numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, Iron Hands was ever really gonna get banned. I think 26 is probably, like, lower than, like, general consensus.
It would probably be 40.
If you hate SV, you're not gonna, like, up to ladder unless you're like me and have nothing else to do.
Yeah, you want that voting badge.
Yeah.
I've already got my shiny, so I didn't bother this time.
Oh, you went for the shiny? I think I'm really close to the shiny. I need, like, one more suspect vote, but I can't bring myself to it. The badge doesn't even look different. I just I don't want to. It's so unenjoyable.
I got my shiny, and then I immediately asked for it to be grayed out.
Why? Like, wait, yeah, you're a long time Showdown guy, right? A long time Smogon guy.
I just all my other badges were gray, so I just wanted to
You
go
wanted
for the
what?
aesthetic.
You wanted monochrome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, I never understood like how does your badge turn gray? Do you need to ask for it at a certain time without like being active in that field of the badge? How does that
Depends
work?
on the badge. Some kind of expire on their own if you're not like active, and then some of them, yeah, like you just ask, I guess. I don't totally know, but yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to say something, but I completely forgot. Oh yeah, no, I think hence, if it didn't have Drain Punch or SD, it wouldn't be good. Like, that great, you know? But it's that combination, because every time I see someone with CC, like, it lowers its stats, and then I can kinda 2-hit KO it, which is fine, because in doubles, you know, you can fire 2 attacks in 1 turn. And I can deal with it, but like,
yeah,
it's a combination of Drain Punch and SD that makes it, like, unbeatable.
like if you look at what people were running earlier in the metagame when like Assault Vest was a lot more common, like
Yeah.
it's still a good set and a good mon, but it wasn't centralizing like the Psychic Seed Swords Dance set is right now, right?
Oh, that's so unfun. The Seed for Sperry or Psychic Seed is not enjoyable to play against. It really isn't. It's horrible.
Yeah, in terms of like recovery, there's like a huge difference between like a raw Drain Punch versus a +2.
Oh, there's so many. You can Oko everything and heal like, what do you get? 33% of the damage you do back?
I don't know what percent.
I can check. Maybe we should
Do
start
you think
running
we'll ever
big
see
routes.
a big root Iron Hands?
Yeah, I was
know
about
it,
to
but
say.
I-
No,
Big
I would consider it. No, honestly, you know, you recover so much back with Drain Punch, like over a whole game time, right? Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Oh, you recover 50% of the damage dealt.
Yeah, it's
oh
50%.
no, that's so horrible.
Yeah, they're all those moves are like 50%, except for like Oblivion Wing, which is 75.
Wait, and Big Root boosted by 1.2, right? I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, I'm just on Bulbapedia. If you have a big root, you recover basically 65%.
Yeah, it's 0.3 extra. This is so foul. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people should run it. It recovers 65% of damage dealt.
There's a couple like really obscure sets I've considered running on Iron Hands just like for the meme value if it didn't already have such better options. The other thing that's kind of funny is the move Charge because it Charge, people probably don't know this, but it got buffed in Gen 9 where the Charge boost is retained until your next electric move.
That's kind of cool.
And it boosts your special defense. So I was kind of like running that just like a while ago, but
maybe you figured out.
I'm still stuck from that one time I played you on ladder with that.
But no. Listen, switch out Fake Out for that, and you might just have it Charge, SD, T-Punch, Drain Punch. Maybe that's the set people need to run. Oh no. Talking by the way,
I find it hilarious that Iron Hands doesn't learn bulk up.
Yeah,
I'm very glad that it doesn't learn bulk up. If it learned bulk up, I would not play this anymore. At least maybe no, then it must have gotten banned, right? No way it stays in if it has bulk up.
I think you just run like you'd see both. I think like both have merits.
Yeah. Talking about just the state of the ladder in general. Oh no, this laddering in EU isn't that fun, as I already said. Because
I'll be honest, I think the ladder's kind of like really bad.
No, it's.
I don't know.
I don't know what.
It's like not fun to play on.
Like this is my experience with EU, right? And I'll admit I played maybe a little bit weird times, but every time I play, like, I feel like there are less people laddering in EU than in US. So like it's harder to gain elo that way.
There.
Because same skill level but just less elo. So, but also, I've run into so much stall and it's so unfun. Let me just send a screenshot of what I recently faced. It really got like I won.
Remember that one like ladderer from like Gen 8 ERG poke or something?
That's the guy I know. This is the guy. Wait. This is the guy that. All right. So I won versus him. And I still was angry at the end of the game. I was like, you wasted so much time off me. Like that's and you know it's bad if you win versus someone and you're just angry. That can't be good. this game took so long, but this was his team, and it's so like foul.
Oh yeah.
This is so not fun to play, especially if you run like I only run HO, so it's so unfun when you face this.
The other day I had a team that like 6-0'd his team. It was like
so
Banned
nice.
Tusk or something.
Yeah, no, Banned Tusk really rips through that whole team.
I gotta
Honestly,
say though,
hazards also kind of work versus him.
yeah. I gotta say though, maybe this is just my hot take, but as someone who's been laddering since, you know, I laddered a lot in Gen 7, Gen 8, and Gen 9, I do feel like the skill level of ladder this gen has been a little bit higher. I mean, ladder's still terrible, but like people used to run like really weird gimmicky sets. And I feel like there's a little bit less of that this gen.
Maybe
I think there's
you're
definitely
right.
like just from like Gen 8 to Gen 9, which is like when I've been around, I think the ladder is definitely more competitive this gen.
I started really laddering. Like, alright, so this is a weird background about me, but I only started really playing WU at the end of Gen 7. I played, like, since Gen 5, but I only played double Ubers for the longest time. And, in my experience, the ladder, Gen 7 ladder was weird. Like, I don't know, that wasn't the highest skill level, let's say that. Gen 8 was really fun. I really enjoyed Gen 8 because you had so many fun themes you could run, and you had Dracofish, my beloved. In that sense, we are quite the opposite, right? Gen 1, you're someone who's, I think, most famous, besides the artwork, for running full fire teams.
Yeah, so I started playing competitive Mons basically at the tail end of Gen 6, and I was very terrible for a long time. Like, I was literally like a low ladder, like gimmick. But yeah, like my gimmick was, my original team was mono fire, but it was like full trick room mono fire. So I like my very first team was like, I had Mega Camera up, and then my trick room setters were like Delphox and Chandler.
That's kind of heat, though. That's pretty heat.
Yeah, and then like I had Infernape as like my fake out because you didn't have Incineroar at the time, and then I had like what's the name of the starter? It's like the big pig, like Embor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Reckless Embor, and then Ninetales is my Sunsetter.
That sounds so kind of... Wait, no, Torkoal?
Torkoal didn't get drought until Gen 7.
That's true. Same goes for Pelipper, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so I was really terrible in XY, and then Gen 7 is when I started trying to actually play like with real teams. But I don't think I really became like all that skillful until Gen 8, to be honest. I was a slow learner, but I'm here now and I'm enjoying myself. So
yeah, I play mainly Rain. I'm a big Rain fiend. That's I only want to run Rain. Alright, so it's HO Rain or it's Trick Room, and I don't want to run anything else. I do remember that. This is the funny thing. The teams I remember you from are somewhat stall teams. I don't know why, but every time I face you on the ladder, you have some stall-ish team. That's like where I recognize you from.
Yeah, I don't know. I've laddered with all sorts of stuff at this point, and I've made a point of, like, especially last gen, I topped the ladder, but like with really jank stuff. Like I think at one point I got number 1 on ladder with like Berserker plus Stack Attacka.
Which Berserker?
That was
like Alolan or?
No, Berserker is the steel.
Oh wait, it's the steel. Yeah, I thought about Persian. Is it called Persian?
Berserker's like, it's like Persian, but it's like steel, and it has a different name, and its ability boosts your allies.
That's a cool Pokemon.
Steel attacks.
That's a real cool Pokemon. You're right. So, yeah. Please continue.
We should probably get back to talking about.
Probably the whole point of this. But let me find that. I somewhere typed up a list, so I could. Oh yeah. Yeah, about Iron Hands not getting banned. Should something get unbanned or banned? I've heard a lot of people say Fluttermane should be unbanned, or I've heard some people, including me, say Annihilate should be unbanned. Not because it's fair and balanced, but it's fun. Wow. At least I really liked Annihilate. You know, I said that nice little
Iron Hands.
Oh, it's so great versus Iron Hands. You set a little bulk up, you set a little substitute, and then you just start firing off your own drain punches and rage fists. Oh, that's great. And people can't ignore it. But yeah, should something get unbanned? Or banned instead?
I don't know when home's coming, but I just feel like we're too close to home that we should really mess with the meta right now, is my opinion. Like Iron Hands was the one suspect that made sense, but I think at this point, like, it's balanced enough, like, just let it be.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't think there's enough time to really. I'm expecting like home within the next like 4 weeks.
I'm praying for that. I'm really praying for that. But imagine this would go on for like 6 more months.
Sure.
What would you like to see unbanned or just banned? Is there anything you guys want to see about that?
Hmm.
I want to see like. I know this is like a really tall act, but I would want to see like a test of like having Flutter but banning Chi-Yu.
Banning
That would be like hard to like. Because the problem with Flutter main was like it was Flutter plus Chi-Yu.
Yeah.
I think there are some people at the time that like argued for banning Chi-Yu instead, but like no one listened to them. And I don't know if we had like way more time than we have, that would be kind of interesting to see that.
I think the reason for that was I don't know if you guys really remember this, but there was this big Palafin meta. Everyone would be running Palafin because it was so broken and so strong, and still is. But hence kinda screwed Palafin over, I suppose. But Palafin could one-shot Flutter and Chi-Yu, and I think that made that it didn't feel that strong. Because Palafin had kind of like a free range, but now Hence has become so popular and explored, I suppose you could say. You don't really see Palafin anymore, making that stuff like Chi-Yu is way stronger now. At least that's how I feel about it.
I think I'd be down for a suspect like that, but I just know, like, from a tiering policy perspective, I just don't know how easy it would be to justify it, and especially having to, you know, bring Flutter and test Chi-Yu and have
it would be like
Yeah.
Really hard to do. I don't like. Honestly, like, if you're not gonna ban hands, like, you might as well just leave everything alone.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I was cycling today, like on my daily cycling trip, and I was thinking about Dondoso a lot of a sudden. Like, I'm sure you guys remember early meta Dondoso Tatsugiri.
That was one of the metas of all time.
Well, I don't enjoy playing with it. I don't enjoy playing against it. But I think if it got back now, introduced like unbanned, I don't think it would be good at all. I think it would be kind of bad.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think it would still be broken.
I think like Hands will snack it up, or like Among Us with what's the move called again?
Clear Smog?
Clear Smoke, yeah.
I think
we'll just come back.
I think the problem with Dondozo is less the fact that it's like overtly broken, and more the fact that like you can't prepare for all its possible sets, and like
it always Terra Steeled if it was concerned about Clear Smog. Terra Grass if it was concerned about being slapped.
Yeah, but then...
I just feel too like if we unbanned it, like most of my teams would probably be Sword Stance Iron Hands, Tatsugiri Dondonzo, and then just like 3 good stuff filler.
You really know how to make fun teams now, do you? That sounds so incredibly unfun to play. This is worse than the Snail plus Stinglu and Tox packs.
I think the only one like that I would ever want to see unbanned would be Fluttermane, but I don't really. Even that I think is a reach because like the fairy type is just too strong in the pre-home meta. I think Fluttermane will be fine post-home. I don't see it.
No,
I don't think it's good enough to be banned after that.
The only thing I feel like that I still think Hens should get banned, but that's the only thing I feel really strongly about.
Oh, we should also free Tatsugiri and ban Commander.
Oh yes, Tatsugiri seems like such a fun Pokemon. I really want to use Tatsugiri in WU. It seems like actually a really fun Pokemon to use, but I don't know. Like
Smogon Tyrants hate us.
Yeah, Smogon doesn't want you to know this trick. Either way. Wait, let me pull up the thing. Let me also send it the list with stuff from home that is coming back. I wanted to take a look through that. If you guys are alright with that. Right, there we go. I just wanted to, like, I don't know, walk through this and just give our opinions on stuff.
Sure. I've also got a graphic that I'll post in the chat. That's just a visual chart of everything.
epic.
All right, I'll try to edit that.
Oh.
Either way, I already looked through this list. I think you guys probably also did that already. Honestly, I don't think WU is gonna change that much, but I think WUU is gonna be wild. Oh, whoa, that's a big ref.
Oh no,
It's
I think
massive,
DOU's
yeah.
gonna have some serious
W-
stuff to happen.
I really want to be a WU main. It seems so fun,
Same.
especially with Homecoming.
We get that. Yeah. But you got Ursaluna, Crest, Trikum obviously is getting a huge buff
Oh yeah,
from just those two.
well, let's maybe we should just take a look at it. But this graph
Well,
is
it seems like
huge.
I know it's huge. Yeah, the list you sent might be better. I don't know, but I mean, mainly the highlights of home is gonna be two things. We get a bunch of new legendary and mythical Pokemon.
Double Ubers, this is a
which-
must.
Yeah, and then we also get all of the Hizuian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Versions.
that right, but
Yeah,
all
I
the
think-
Hizuian forms of Pokemon from Legends of Arceus, and there's some really hard hitters from that as well.
I'm looking so forward to the two Swift Swim Pokemon. Like,
Hold on,
I'm
here's
a
a-
big Rain fan, so when that's coming in, whew.
Oh, here's a better image.
Huh? Let's see. Oh yeah,
That is way better, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
every Cap Pikachu. Oh, the Cap Pikachu are transferable now. Kind of
It's like
Um,
real meta changer.
It is. Go ahead.
Either way, I'm just looking now through that transfer. Right, the Charmander line is already in, and we don't see it at all in below you, and I think that says everything we need to know. It isn't gonna be good. I think it's decent probably for WU, but it isn't in there yet, right?
Yeah, Typhlosion, like regular Typhlosion, got released recently, and it's
Yeah.
not like good, but I will say it's super fun to ladder with. I
It
just
is
have
funny.
a team with like, I have like Specs, Eruption, Typhlosion, and then Scarf, Chiyu with Lava Plume to proc.
Yeah.
Flash
that.
Fire,
Yeah.
and then Torkoal for Sun, and I've been able to like one-shot Tinglus and stuff just with Eruption.
talking about-
Typhlosion.
Talking about Tinglu, I think you said this earlier, Eragon, but people run Tinglu and then only physical attackers. You need to seek some help. You really need to stop doing that. I really dislike you. Like, if you do that, I really dislike you. Same goes for Ruchi with only special attacks. You really need to, I don't know, find some fun in your life.
You know what's cool though? The Hisuian Typhlosion.
Oh, that shit's
Let's
so
do
epic.
that.
That seems so cool. I really want that. But either way, the Charizard
like-
line.
You can't pick it out
Yeah.
anymore.
I think
Just
Charizard.
about Eruption.
Yeah. I think Charizard line is gonna be cool for WU, but nothing else. Articuno, that must be WU, right?
Below.
The ice one is like even worse than WU.
That's like double PU.
Yeah, probably. I'm super excited for Zapdos because it's such a great tailwind setter, especially for rain. And I feel like from a balancing standpoint, Zapdos is the perfect Pokemon. It's never broken, it's never
Perfect
oppressive.
Pokemon.
Yeah, but it always finds a use. It can do support, it can do offensive. It's the perfect Pokemon from a balancing standpoint. I feel like.
Which
It's
Pokemon again?
Zapdos, just regular Zapdos.
Oh, Zapdos, yeah.
feel
It's
like that's-
it's solid in every gen. It's always going to be a good tailwind setter and stuff.
Yeah, and it's never going to be bad, but it's also never going to be broken, and it always feels a nice spot. I'm a big Zapdos fan. I'm really looking forward to that. Moltres is
Yeah.
also going to be WU, I think. No, it is going to be WU.
No.
Mewtwo, that's... And Double Uber's Mewtwo never sees any use. Even during the Mega period, you wouldn't see Mewtwo ever. Mewtwo's kind of ass, if I'm honest. Mew is a true OU staple. But I don't know if we're going to see it that much with...
No, okay, huge nerfed.
Yeah, Mew got nerfed, but also
Yeah.
with all the dark types. I don't know, is Mew gonna be that
true.
great? Are we gonna see that much?
It's gonna find niches no matter what. It's just
Oh, of
even
course,
with the
of
nerf,
course.
it's got way too many tools in its toolkit. And I mean, just looking at this whole chart, like one of the big takeaways is we're getting better tailwind setters. Because honestly, right now in the current meta, that's one
Kilowattrol, isn't
big.
it?
Yeah. There's just no good tailwind setters really right now. Like we're
Yeah.
just in stuff like
People,
EV like Murkrow and like.
people, this is again
Yeah.
something a trick Smogon doesn't want you to know, but Scizor is the prime OU Tailwind setter. People need to trust me on this. No, honestly,
cap,
people,
it's cap.
no, this isn't cap. Tailwind Scizor is the goat. SD, Tailwind, Bullet Punch U-turn. Trust me on it, it's great. But
Okay.
enough propaganda. Either way, Mew, of course.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Please, bro. Either way, yeah, Mew's of course gonna find a niche.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be.
I think
Devotion.
Moltres Galar is interesting.
Oh, I'm really excited for the Galar burst, but we'll come to that. Heatran lost Eruption, didn't it?
Did it?
Did it?
I don't.
Eragon, you told me
Oh.
it lost Eruption, right? Or am I trapping?
Did yeah? It's because it's transfer only.
Oh, it's
But
so
there's
sad.
still we're still not entirely sure like what the transfer moves are, because at first everyone thought they weren't going to be in, but then there's been like, but now people are not sure. Basically, it's like
I
complicated.
really want the
So-
transfer moves for two reasons. I really like, and then I'm mainly talking about Flip Turn for Barraskewda, and this one because everyone knows I'm a big Barraskewda lover, and honestly, I think it would be really great to Flip Turn for Double OU. But also, people again, trust me on this. Expanding Force Espion is really funny to use. That's
So we
you
need
can back
Expanding
me up on
Force
this.
Hatteran back.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
me
so
both.
crazy. But
Yeah.
you can confirm me. Like,
I
we
can
terrorize the
confirm with
Gen 8
Espion.
ladder on like
Yeah.
the noobs with with my Espion. That was so funny.
Yeah. Not in this meta, not with
No, not in this
the
meta.
dark guys, but
Giratina,
those
or
menace.
Giratina. Do you guys say Giratina or Giratina? I say Giratina.
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 Yeah, so do I.
Gotta be.
Giratina.
Yeah.
GenOne, reveal yourself. Are you a Giratina or a Giratina guy?
Giratina.
No!
I probably pronounced like a lot of things wrong.
Either way, Giratina has never been that great in double Ubers. Cresselia got nerfed, and it like but Dev got dropped by 10, and also
Yeah, both of
defense.
its defense.
Yeah, both of its
nerfed.
defenses got dropped by 10 points. I
It
believe.
still will be good.
Yeah.
No way this is gonna be bad. Cresselia can't be bad.
It'll be a yeah.
Run
Trick
Yuxi.
room setter.
The fact that it can Terra now might be
Yeah.
good for it.
Oh,
can,
yeah.
Yeah, Terra like poison
Terra
or
Fairy.
fairy or whatever you
Fairy's
want.
gonna be pretty
Yeah.
good, I think. Arceus might
Yeah,
be love it. Coming back. I'm so excited. Oshawott line is in. I forgot. I was about to say I'm so excited for the Oshawott line.
Yeah.
But, it's already here.
The new
It's just-
Samurai.
Honestly, I think.
New Samurott is good. That's the meta.
Yeah,
Trust.
but Old Samurott, I think it's gonna be actually pretty. Like, it won't be great in
No.
UU,
it's
but I think
ass.
it's gonna be decent in WUU. No. I think it might see some WUU usage. I'll use it. But
Yeah, it's got
I'm
a
sure you'll
move
use
that
it.
drops,
I'm
like,
sure you'll
spikes
use
as well, so that'll be interesting. And
Yeah.
it gets sharpness, does it not? Like is
It does, yeah.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's ability. Regular one doesn't.
Yeah,
New one
the new
does,
one does.
yeah.
New one gets sharpness and like the new spike move
Yeah,
attacks at the same time.
Yeah, at the bottom of the
Which is
that
like-
would probably be pretty good in DU, depending on what else is good. Like
yeah. At the bottom of the list, they all feature the versions, like the different forms, and I'm really excited to look at that one. Either way, I'm just continuing on real quick. Tornadoes, finally a good prankster tailwind setter besides like Eviolite Murkrow.
yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a solid mon. It's worth noting as well
Genies
for
are
all
good,
three
yeah.
of the genies that they get new spread moves of their respective types.
Yeah, those
They're,
moves
like,
are broken.
80% accuracy,
Oh,
and then have like,
what? I didn't
Yeah.
know this. That sounds
And when they
cool.
land, those moves are just insane.
yeah. I'll if you give me a second, I can pull up what
Yeah, sure.
the moves actually
In the
do.
meantime, I'll go over the other genies. Thunderous. I'm really excited for Thunderous. Thunderous is such a funny Pokemon to use. These are like Thunderous is such a good WU Pokemon. It's so funny. And I'm a big Thunderous guy. Landorus, I think Landorus is gonna be top tier meta because it's gonna deal with Iron Hands, or at least Force Terra. I think that's
Yeah.
like it's gonna be the better
Well,
Great Tusk.
Yeah. Landorus Therian is just
special
going to be
entity.
a really solid Intimidate mon like it is every generation. And then I think like Landorus Eye might be an example of a Pokemon that Chiyu just like genuinely pushes over the edge, especially when you consider it can Terra now. Like for
Of
example, you go
course.
Terra flying and actually have a stab flying
Oh,
move.
this shit is gonna be
Mhm.
so
Um,
broken.
Yeah, and then I'm still just pulling up the details for all the spread moves, but yeah, Landorus also gets a spread special ground move as well called Sand Steer.
And it's
Are you
so
looking for their effects? Yeah.
Are there side effects?
It's Landorus
Oh,
has
sheer
a
force works on it?
30% or 20% burn. Yeah.
Oh, so sheer first.
Thunderous has a
Oh,
20%
no.
Terra, and Sworn has a 20% speed drop.
Yeah, so for all of these
So,
new spread
it's your
attacks,
force works.
they're
Mhm.
Yeah, for all these new spread attacks, they're all base power 100 as far as I can see. They all have 80% accuracy and they have side effects. So Landorus's is
So
a
it's
30% burn chance. Go ahead.
So it's just the worst precipice blades.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a special move though.
Yeah. I think though that the Volcanion is going to be super crazy. It's going to be good, and Landorus will also. It wouldn't surprise me if Landorus gets like I don't know, like a complex band to make sure it doesn't Terra or something. Like I don't know. I think Landorus is going to be top of the meta.
We'll see though, because the one thing though you gotta remember is there's gonna be faster attackers that can beat it compared to other gens. Like Iron Bundle will still be in, and it'll be a huge threat that can at least force it to Terra.
Yeah, it'll force a Terra, and then Landorus will kill the bundle.
You know, and if Flutter Mean gets freed, like that'll be a faster threat too. Like one of the big things that made Landorus such a threat in Gen 8 was it was just one of the fastest attackers. Plus, it was so strong. But there's a speed creep this gen.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
Although,
the genie that's definitely gonna have is definitely gonna be used is gonna be Tornadus.
Yeah, I've heard you about it. You're a Tornadus fan. Yeah, you're a big Tornadus fan.
I am.
But, honestly, in Gen 8 I never had problems with Landorus because like 95% of all my teams ran Scarf Dracofish. And I'm still sticking by that. That's the way to go. Rain, Scarf Dracofish. Ooh, that's great.
I don't know why they didn't bring back the fossils.
I'm so sad about
that.
Dracofish in rain, it will destroy hands. There's no way hands can take anything from that. Nothing can take anything from Dracofish.
Especially if you Terra, like Terra Water.
Terra Water Dracofish. Oh, that's so great. I'm so sad that.
And then run it like next to Chien Pao as well.
I really want this so badly. It will replace whatever water type I have on my rain team. That's gonna be the thing to run. It's a shame it isn't coming back though. So that's a shame.
Maybe in DLC.
Maybe DLC. Garbink. Garbink is coming back. Is anyone excited for Garbink?
Oh.
No, but its successor Diancie will be huge.
Diancie's gonna be so good. Fairy type. A good fairy type coming in, that's much needed, and it's just such a good Pokemon.
Yeah. Very solid. Trick Room, whatever.
Oh, weakness policy. Weakness policy.
Yeah, Trick Room's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Hoopa, this is the thing I was waiting for.
Speed control in general gets a lot better.
Yeah. I do want to touch upon the Hoopa though. Hear me out. Hoopa is gonna be the GOAT. It will deal with hands. It's insanely strong. It's very cool. It can run Trick Room, but it can also be used on non-Trick Room teams. Hoopa is gonna be the GOAT. Honestly, it will be. And then, and you run it in terrain, so you can activate your Magician when you run your seed, and then you can steal the item from the Hoopa. Hoopa is gonna be it. You're only quite weak to Dark types. And the Pokemon are Dark types, but you can
There's only like 4 good ones.
Well, but you can always Terra. You can regular Hoopa. You're not talking about the.
I'm talking about the big one. I'm talking about.
No, that's 4x weak to bug.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. 4x weak to bug. There are no bug types, so you're fine. Oh, I'm so excited for Hoopa.
There are no bugs. This is or.
Yeah, but nobody's using it besides me. Besides me.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just nobbed me in the BLT auction. W.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of U-turn users though, as we'll see as we get through the rest of this list. Hoopa's interesting for me. I feel like in past gens, Hoopa's been like pretty middling, but the fact that it can Terra type now might be a changer for it because you can actually mitigate that 4 times bug weakness, and you can kind of boost its attacks or give it coverage that it wouldn't have had access to in previous gens.
I feel like Unbound Hoopa, people are not gonna figure it out until later in that meta, but it's gonna be great, trust me. As soon as this comes out, I'm building a Hoopa team day 1 and smashing everyone on ladder. Nobody is gonna stop my Hoopa team. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, it could be a cool sleeper pick or something. It's not gonna be like tier 1 or 2 material, but it could be cool.
I feel like if not enough people are prepared for it, it might perform like a tier 1, but I don't know. I have big hopes for this Hoopa, but maybe I'm overestimating it.
I mean, I'm like really excited for Hoopa. A lot of these Gen 6 mons are just like, those 3 mythicals are just, I think they're going to be all centerpieces of this new metagame, especially Volcanion. Volcanion's typing is just going to be essential, I think.
Yeah.
Fire Water is just gonna be so nice into the metagame.
I think
Yeah.
Canyon with Water Absorb too. I think Palafin might see a big return, because it seems to be matching up pretty well against most things coming back.
And what do you think about Palafin?
Yeah, let's talk
As
about
someone,
that real quick.
another player, me and Hugo have talked about this before, but we kind of think it's a little bit underused right now.
I'm like, of course, I run Rain, and I feel like Bandit Palafin is the truth, and nobody's using it.
Yeah, Palafin was really good at the beginning of the meta. It kind of died away and became not so good. I would agree that it's a bit underused, but I think I personally prefer like the bulk up Brain Punch set. But I've seen some other cool sets as well, including some that I don't necessarily want to reveal yet.
Okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for DPL Palafin with some unknown set. Maybe like
hear me out though.
set.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh no, don't tell me some seed covered cloak, I don't know. What are you putting out?
Hear me out. Special Palafin. Hear me out.
Alright,
Nice.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
that's it. You're not returning for the second
Mixed
podcast.
Palafin.
No, you're not returning to the second version of the podcast. I'm sorry, Eragon, you got booted out. The shareholders said no, we can't have this propaganda.
Aurasphere Palafin. I should get Aurasphere, what the heck?
Wait, does it? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is 106 special attack.
We finally got a counter for Wu Qin. That's great.
Yes.
Right, so no, but I think Volcanion, I think Palafin might see a resurgence with Home coming out, and I think Volcanion might be really good. Oh, could you imagine Ground Volcanion? Terra Ground Volcanion is gonna be so nasty to play versus, and it's gonna deal with Lando if you Terra type it up. As I said, Lando might be a tier 1 Pokemon.
You could also like Terra Flying it and be completely safe.
Yeah, that too. That's yeah, but then yeah, you're right. You know, Volcanion is gonna be so epic to play. I'm really looking forward to it. Magearna, of course, WU. That's gonna stay there and it's gonna be balanced. I wish it would stay in WU. I would enjoy that so much, but no.
I bet they'll probably just start that in Ubers, right? How does that work? Do you know? Any of you know?
I know. I'm a double Ubers main actually, so I know everything about it. And Magearna is really good actually in double Ubers. It's just that Soul Heart ability, and that you can sub up. You have Trick Room. Fairy type is just really nice in double Ubers because so much is a Dragon type. A Steel to make sure you don't get damaged by poison. There's nothing that really can hit your Magearna from a Fairy type.
Yeah, I mean it's broken.
It's so
my question is it gonna start in Dubers?
Oh, no way it's starting in WU. If people are starting...
Yeah,
I really would like to let it start in WU. I think that would be really fun. But if it's gonna be balanced, no, certainly not. And I think everyone
If it
knows
doesn't
that.
start in Dubers, it gets quick banned within the first week.
Yeah, there's no way it stays longer than a week.
Yeah, that with like Terra too.
Oh, with Terra, it's gonna be horrible to play. Rillaboom got really nerfed.
It doesn't even have Glide anymore.
Yeah,
that's not relevant.
Yeah.
I think Rillaboom
Glide got
is
nerfed.
And the thing is,
As, like the move got nerfed base power wise, and then Rilla just doesn't get it at all.
Yeah, I feel like Rillaboom is just gonna be the Tapu Bulu of this generation for the
I've played some Nat Dex doubles, like both in like the new tier that people are trying to make, and like not really a tier, but like
I didn't know that even
little
existed.
community. I also played a little bit of like this one draft league. I played a little bit of Nat Dex VGC, which was funny.
Nat Dex
like
VGC.
Rillaboom is like not it. It's not it anymore.
Like it used to be the goat, but
the glide nerf to 60 base power is like really noticeable.
Yeah, especially because it's already quite
skill
weak.
swap it. Technician.
Oh.
Nerf turns into a buff.
Yo.
Despacito, you're cooking. You get skill swap Scissor. Does Scissor
Yeah.
get skill swap?
No,
It does feel like a mon that should get it.
it does not.
Right, either way, Rillaboom
It's
is
not
gonna
even
be
fair.
bad. It's gonna be just some sort of budget Bulu in WU.
The thing is, Rillaboom gets so many good tools that even though Glide sucks now and isn't on Rillaboom will still be like at least a tier 4 mon, in my opinion.
I feel
because
like
terrain control is just so valuable, and we've pretty much
it is.
only had not grassy, psychic terrain around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that in itself is huge. Like having a terrain setter that just has a higher overall stat profile compared to Indeedee will be huge. Not to mention, you think of all the bulky stuff that's already good, and you add grassy terrain support to it. Like, hear me out for a second. Swords Dance, Iron Hands, and then you have grassy terrain healing it as well now.
Oh
right?
no!
thing
You're
is,
ruining my day. You completely ruined my day by saying this.
Other thing is as well, we've only pretty much had one seed,
Psychic Seed.
psychic seed, but
Yeah.
grassy seed is actually really interesting on some mons in Gen 9. Especially some of the other transfers, like Grassy Seed Sneasler is actually like that's one of the best Pokemon I think in the metagame.
Era, I think Rillaboom is gonna be low tier double OU or top tier double UU. It would be something
It'll
like
be
that.
yo for sure.
I was wondering about this.
Funny.
We've
Like,
been yeah,
every
sorry.
Pokemon lost Electroweb except Aleki.
Yeah.
Magnezone.
I don't think anyone
That's
said
how I
anything.
know that.
But oh yeah, so I was thinking, do you guys think, because we've been talking like, oh, this would be great, but with Terra it would be like even better, and we keep doing that. Do you guys think Terra will get banned when Home comes out, or at least suspect tested? What do you guys think will happen with Terra?
I think some people in the community might raise the question. I don't know if it will be the first priority. I think like you kind of see what's most broken first and ban like the broken mons. But I could definitely see people asking if it's time to ban Terra.
How would you guys feel about it?
I personally like. I think it's a little unbalanced, but
I personally enjoy Terra as a mechanic. I just think it keeps things fresh and really chaotic. But at the same time, I wouldn't miss it either. I think we just end up with two different but equally interesting meta games, whether we keep it or ban it. But
we'll see. Sorry, I think we'll see. Like,
I don't know. I don't really have strong opinions either way. But I do think that in general, like, it's not good to ban a flagship mechanic of the generation unless it's like really
like Dynamax.
Problematic.
Unless it's Max.
I think at the very least, I think we'll see like unless things are like really bad.
That's
we'll
my
see,
take.
like,
So
a year of Terra with Home and DLC. I think.
Yeah, like for Regieleki, I mean, I don't think like last generation it was usable, but nothing spectacular. But I was just saying before, you know, if you go Terra Electric, you make it just that much stronger. Like you're stacking Transistor plus the Terra plus ostensibly a booster item plus possibly Chi-Yu. That makes it significantly stronger than it would have been in the last gen. And then the other option, of course, is you Terra type to something that gives it a coverage move, because one of Regieleki's biggest weaknesses last gen was just a terrible move pool outside of stab moves. So you can do like, you know, Terra Ice or Terra Water or something and have an actual answer to ground types.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna see so much HO, like.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy for that. I'm just a big HO enjoyer. Regidraco, what do you guys think about that? Or did you guys already like move on, like beyond Regieleki?
Talked about it a little bit.
We didn't really. We chatted briefly, but like Eragon was not here as well, so we didn't really. Yeah.
My for some reason my audio was like.
Regidrago was even less viable than Regieleki last gen, I think, but it kind of I think. Terra solves the same problems for it a bit that it solves for Regieleki. Like it just gives it an option to have better coverage moves instead of running mono dragon. So like into Diancie or something, you can Terra Steel and reverse the matchup. But I don't think it'll be that. It'll be a fun Pokemon to ladder with, I think. But I don't think it'll be like good.
If it drops to double UU, it's going to be one of the most fun mons to use in that tier. That's my take.
Regidraco is always funny to use. I'll never not enjoy Regidraco. Oh no, that's you. You're a big Regidraco fan, aren't you?
I was, back in 2v2, back in Gen 8.
The good old days.
Regidraco. Not so much in DOU though. DOU, it's not as
funny.
good. or it's fun. It's probably funnier because it's not as good.
Yeah, you're right. Glacier, what do you guys think about that? That's just, I don't know, you look at stats, you look at it on paper, and you think, damn, this is the truth. And then you play with it, and then you're like, and WOU, it isn't that great, actually. It is kinda... Maybe Terror type could help, because Ice type is not helping it either.
Mm-hmm.
It's a usable Trick Room attacker, I think, but there's just going to be such better options for Trick Room attackers on the same slot. It'll probably be good in DUU if it's allowed in DUU.
I think it might be a little too broken for that, but who knows?
You might be very correct there. Yeah, in DOU though, I think it'll be usable for sure, but just better options out there.
Yeah, it's kind of insane when you look at it on paper. It has Moxie, just with a different name. It has great stats, but it just, I don't know, it just isn't really it. I don't know how to explain it, but it always just lacks something. I don't know what it is. Spectrier, no, it's really great because that's a great Trick Room speed stat. 30 is great. Like, yeah. you can better have
mono ice help, like for typing.
Maybe Terra solves that, but we'll see. Spectrier, I think Spectrier was pretty good, right? You saw Rillaboom, Grassy Seed, Spectrier in last year.
Yeah, that annoying set.
What do you guys think is gonna happen with Spec?
I think it'll be
pretty good, to be honest. It was pretty good in Gen 8 doubles OU as well. Like the thing about Spectrier is if you have a team that doesn't have good answers to it, like especially the Grassy Seed set, I think it can just snowball and run over an entire team. Like you get off a nasty plot and then you start firing off Shadow Balls, and then every time you get the KO on something, you know, you get the Grimnai boost as well. Like I think it'll be very solid, and again, just like with everything else, just the fact that there's new tools to make it even stronger. Like you can pair it next to a Chiyu, you can Terra type it. That it's gonna be really good, and like a fast Ghost is always going to be very strong. Of course, there's gonna be faster threats that can threaten it, and particularly, I think like if we still have Flutter main, that might be very problematic for Spectrier. But under the right conditions with the right support, I think it could be good.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it just a worse? Isn't it just kind of a worse Flutter main?
Worse, like slower but bulkier a little bit.
It will still get killed by a good Shadow Ball or a good like whatever is coming its way.
Yeah, Spectrier is an actual ability. I mean, Flutter main actually is the best user of Photosynthesis.
Yeah, I was about to say that also has an actual ability.
Yeah. But I think Spectrier is definitely going to be used. I don't think it's worse Flutter main. I think it has more potential to rely on like Grassy Seed, and I think it has more potential to be able to like boost up than like I feel like
Calyrex, I think is like, who cares?
The Calyrex is super ass. If you don't WU, it's shit. I wish I could say something else.
Yeah, it's tier 1 and doubles PU. Come on now.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have disrespected it.
Evolution and it's normal psychic.
Or Stantler.
It could be okay. It's got Intimidate. It's got decent stats. It can set Trick Room.
Okay. I think it's
something that roll compresses.
I think it's good in doubles UU. I think a good core in doubles UU will be Wordier plus like
Dunsparce.
Rakuno,
I
Galar.
feel like I keep talking over people.
Sorry,
So that's
my
my
bad.
bad.
No, maybe it's just how, I don't know. I think I feel the same from you. If it's just Discord, yeah, like I don't know. You just talk over people like by accident a little bit more.
It's kind of hard to tell like when people are trying to talk.
Exactly. Like you don't see mouth movement and that type of stuff.
But I think Wordier in doubles UU is kind of funny, especially with like Articuno, Galar,
I
because
think it could be a decent Trick Room setter. Suffers from the fact that there'll again be better options for setting Trick Room, but being able to roll Compress, Intimidate plus Trick Room setting, and yeah.
Intimidate plus skill swap is also extremely neat for.
Yeah, that's true.
My opinion.
Cleaver. Right, I'm be honest, Cleaver is super ugly. I really dislike the design of Cleaver. What did they... Like, my poor boy Scissor, what did they do to him? It's so sad.
Yeah.
Stat-wise, though, And gameplay-wise, it looks really funny to play. I still think Scissor might be better. I might be a hater. I might be, but I'm excited for this Cleaver.
Same. I totally agree, like, aesthetics-wise, especially, like, I don't know, on my tier list of, like, best designed Pokemon, Scissor's, like, one of my top picks. So they went from, like, one of the best designs to, like, one of the ugliest.
This is Rhydon Rhyperior all over again, but just worse. Man.
Rhydon's a bug.
But you've got, but gameplay-wise, so you've got a bug rock Pokemon that's, like, typing is whatever, but base 130 attack, 85 speed,
sheer force or sharpness,
which is basically a free choice band.
Or sheer force, you could even use that.
Yeah, its signature rock move is like, it's not super. I think it's like a base 70 or 80.
Yeah, but it does like damage over time.
Yeah, it's 65, but it's sharpness boosted. Yeah,
65 with sharpness boosted, and it's at Stealth Rocks as well.
Oh, that's pretty great.
So it ends up being like a decent enough single target rock attack, and then you pair that with X Scissor, which is like base 80, I think, and gets the sharpness boost, so it becomes basically like a Mega Horn with no drawbacks.
It also gets Tailwind.
Then I think Cleaver will be fun and strong to use, but kind of suffers from the same thing that Gallade does right now. Is its speed tier is just a bit awkward, and it doesn't quite have the bulk to carry it for something that is
make it work
fast. Yeah.
Like Hands, for example, with not a good speed tier can easily work with it because it's so bulky, but Cleaver just doesn't have the same bulk.
This is way better than Gallade, in my opinion.
It is, but Scissor is still better than Cleaver. And people will be... I'll prove to people when it comes out.
Yeah.
Stone Axe is just such a good move. Like, that is just... It's just insane.
Hey, Ursaluna. This is
where we are all waiting for. This is where we're all waiting. I'm so excited for this. This big bear, this motherfucker. Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Pokemon I'm maybe the most excited for is Basket Legion, but let's start with Ursaluna.
Yeah, I mean, so this thing is ground normal. It has a stat profile pretty similar to Iron Hands, to be honest. Like
130 HP and 140 special attack, or regular attack, and then 105 defense, 80 speed F. 80 isn't that great, but you can solve that with a Seed or an AV. That's solvable.
Yeah. So it works out to having slightly better special bulk than Iron Hands and slightly worse defense. But yeah, and then same speed, 50 speed.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an awesome Trick Room attacker. Obviously, it has Guts as an ability, so you can run like Flame Orb plus Facade, which becomes like a 140 base power stab. It gets Headlong Rush.
Oh,
and then it can. It does, yeah. And then it has like good coverage options as well. I mean, Facade plus Headlong Rush is already so much, but you can run like Sword Stance on it. It also gets access to Drain Punch, albeit not stab boosted Drain Punch. I think it'll basically play like a much more offense-oriented version of Iron Hands. And the thing is, like, you can run both this and Iron Hands on the same team, which I bet like a lot of people will be doing, right? So
Eragon recently said something that I thought was really funny. It's just gonna be a speed dive versus Ursaluna, and hence who's gonna Headlong Rush or Drain Punch first, that's gonna decide who's winning. It's just gonna all depend on that speed. Do you think we will see Ursaluna Iron Hand speed creep?
I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting player on that because do you want to make it faster or slower?
Yeah, that's also something.
Trick Room or out of it.
Maybe we should just make it Scarf.
It's a.
Oh no! You need to make a room surface Ursaluna. Trust me, that's what you want.
Room service.
That's
just like Iron Ball. Then I'm on an Iron Ball.
Like seriously though, like fan room with this. Oh my goodness! Like.
I mean, I don't know. There's lots that could be said, but like TLDRs is just going to be a really awesome Trick Room attacker.
Everyone wants this Pokemon. Everyone wants it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, the Pokemon I'm the most excited for, Basket Legion. Alright, so as everyone know, I'm an absolute rain addict. I'm fiending for some more Swift Swim users. Water Ghost is a pretty good typing. Swift Swim.
Typing.
adaptability and mold breaker. Swift Swim and adaptability being the two best. I'll probably use Swift Swim, but adaptability is also great. 120 HP, 112 attack. Let's see, 80. No, I'm saying that completely wrong, and wait, how's the stat? Yeah, oh, the attack's kind of mid on this thing though. Ugh. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I was looking
That
at
makes
the wrong
up
thing.
for it, yeah.
It's worth noting too. There's two forms. There's the male and female form. You've
Yeah.
listed the stats for the male form, and then basically the female one has
More
less
defense.
attack and more special attack, but the same move
yeah.
pool.
Right, so but still, listen. So you have a Swift Swim, Water Ghost, Mescal Legion, a strong motherfucker with last respects. Oh, this is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Swift Swim, last respects, Bandit because I'll be running Bandit. Oh, people are. gonna
Rain
run-
is like,
I'm so
It
excited.
gets wave. Yeah, it gets wave crash as well.
Yeah,
both forms.
man. Like,
I think the weird thing with this is like, last respects
I think
and
it could
doubles
get
is
banned,
just
to
not.
be honest. Like when you consider other gens, like and what their best Swift swimmer was, which is usually Kingdra, and that's basically 90. Its stats are 95 across the board.
Barracuda. Barracuda. Huh. Bandit Barracuda element.
Well, yeah, people are running that.
That's
this-
I'm
double
running
speed.
that. I think I'm the
Double
only one
speed
running that.
Rain system staple.
It's so sad that I won with it in double OU and I lost with it in double U. You said there's a 100% win rate in OU and it has a 0% win rate in double UU. But
Yeah,
no.
but when I look at a Swift swimmer with 112 attack, it's boosted by rain. It clicks a 120 power base move in Wave Crash, and
And you have Ghost, Lost
La-
Respects
la-
next to it.
last respects
Yeah.
next to it. You can't fake this thing out because it's Ghost type. You can't e-speed it.
It's so
it
great.
resists like Jet Punch. There really aren't any priority moves that really
Deal
touch
with
it.
it.
You just tear water in front of like
If-
sucker.
Yeah.
You have something for everything.
Yeah, I could honestly see at least the male form being banned, and then honestly, like even the
Wait, banned from double OU? No way.
I think so. I
Oh,
think this-
don't
I
say
agree.
that. Don't say that. You
Even
you
just,
make me
like-
sad.
Like adaptability on like just a tailwind team
Could also work.
can
also
also
work.
like just that more as a last respects attacker. There's
Yeah, like
so many
a
ways to use
stronger
this. It's too
Houndstone.
good.
A stronger Houndstone. But I'm so
Very much.
excited for this Pokemon. We really need more Swift Swim users. We also need more rain setters, honestly. But I'm so excited for this Pokemon. Honestly, like I really have a hard time containing my excitement for this guy.
Yeah,
Sneasler.
it'll be super fun to use.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is worth noting too, I think, that we all thought Houndstone was going to be a menace with
Which it
last
isn't.
respects, and it ended up being really not that good.
Yeah.
But
I think this
I
is
think
a
the
different
difference
story.
here is that this thing can click Wave Crash in the early game. It doesn't.
Mhm.
It's not relying
Yeah.
solely on. Yeah.
And even then, it's also just so much. I don't know. I'm so Rain is also just better than Sand, generally speaking. Rain is. I'd say Rain is probably the best weather because there's just more heavy hitters and the better setters for it. And it does I don't know. I feel like Rain might be really great.
I agree.
Post
Just because I'm biased.
Yeah, you've been
But-
using my Rain teams and I got you hooked. You're now
Mhm.
also trapped
Yeah.
with me in this rain addiction. Sneasler, Eragon, you're pretty excited for this one, right?
Yes, Sneasler is extremely fun because usually unburdened Pokemon had like mid stats.
Mhm.
That's no longer true. This thing is a
Yeah.
monster. It also has like most hacks move of all time.
Yeah, Dire Claw. Dude, you can run like normal gym fake out on this.
Oh my god.
Dude,
You're
there's so
so
many
nasty.
crazy sets for this.
You don't even have to run unburdened. It's so fast you
Yeah.
can just run Poison Touch.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you'll get that sped by Barracuda though, and you know Barracuda have Psychic Fangs. You know I'm
Oh,
here
yeah,
here
that's
listing
right.
solutions for you guys.
Terra
People,
Dark.
if you are scared of
Okay,
Sneasler,
fine.
CC from Barracuda, also Okos. People, if you're scared about Sneasler and you think, oh no, what am I gonna do? Run Barracuda and everything will be fine. Trust me on it. So, yeah, honestly though, I it does look like it just folds to an like a banded E-speed or like a good sucker. Like, assuming
Yeah,
it's
it-
Terra.
Not a sucker.
If it's Terra
Maybe,
up,
maybe
it
an
might.
E-speed.
Oh, for sure an E-speed. No way, it takes an E-speed. But and you probably won't run Sesh because you want something that consumes it, like an item that
Yeah.
is consumable like way earlier than a Sesh, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll play like a much better version of Weevil which kind of has the same issues. Like it's got an interesting stats. It's fast and it's strong, but it's really frail. But you know, poison fighting is an interesting typing. Having access to poison touch is a very good ability. Like especially when you consider like pairing that with fake out. And then the one thing we haven't talked about yet either is its signature move, Dire Claw, which I'm not sure if you would always run that over Gunk Shot because that's just better damage. But Dire Claw is an 80 base power poison move with an increased crit ratio, but then it has a 50% chance to either poison, paralyze, or sleep a target. So it has a 50% chance to do one of those 3 statuses. So when you pair that on top of like poison touch, like you just have super high odds of like statusing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is gonna
It being able to sleep is just ridiculous. It's
gonna be nuts.
That's not okay. Yeah.
Overquill. I'm just moving a little bit because we're already recording for quite a while. I don't mind it, but I can imagine that some people like want to be freed of this. But Overquill is going to be great because that thing is going to be double UU, I feel like. But it also has Swift Swim, so we finally get some more Swift Swim usage for double UU, which is, I don't know, I'm super excited for that. It's just a decently strong Pokemon by double UU standards. I'm pretty excited for it. And I think it has a pretty cool design, which the next Pokemon really doesn't have a cool design. I'd go so far as to say it's the worst designed Pokemon of all time. Hands down.
All time.
This is such an ugly Pokemon. This is so... GenOne, you're an artist. You have that visual feeling. You gotta agree with me, right? Enormous is not it. It really is such an ugly bastard. It's so...
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I would fire the artist that designed this one.
Which one is
so
worst?
funny, right?
Yeah.
It's like when Legends Arceus was
Which
like
one is
being
the
like
worst?
leaked and stuff. Like, I wanted another. I was so hyped there was going to be another genie, and then
I
it was
didn't catch
this.
the question there, but anyways.
What I wanted to say was, which one is more ugly, Incarnate or Therian? Both really ugly.
I mean, they're both bad. I like the Therian version a bit more. It's at least like a cool...
I'm inclined to agree.
It's a turtle.
Turtles are cool. I like turtles. Torkoal's a turtle, so I have a bias towards turtles. But
it's just... Why did they ruin such a cool trio? Why did they need to do this? And why did they make like this monstrosity, this abomination, the leader? We already had Landorus. It was all fine. Why did they try to fix something that wasn't? No, I don't know. I can't live with this. This is all.
Gameplay-wise, though, I think this thing is gonna be quite good.
It will be good, but I'll refuse to use it. This is the same with Incineroar. I knew Incineroar was good, I never used it, and I will never use it. I hate it, and this is the same thing. I'll refuse to use it. It's
just because it's ugly.
It's so no. I hate everything about it and everything it stands for.
Like, it's gameplay too.
No, maybe
Just
not the
real
gameplay.
hater.
The gameplay's kind of cool, but like the Pokemon is.
Yeah, so like gameplay, like starting with the Incarnate version, it really has 2 options here. It gets Contrary as an ability, which is quite strong, as well as access to Superpower. So if it wanted to run a physical set with like Superpower, I assume it gets Play Rough or something like that. It
not.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure.
think it gets...
Maybe you go like Terra. and
Oh
then
no, it
Terra.
does.
Oh, okay.
It's-
Yeah, I thought it should. Yeah, it learns
I
it by
could have sworn
TM.
it didn't. Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, a fairy fighting mon that can boost itself through superpower is going to be quite strong. But then it can also just run a strong, like fast special set, I think, because it gets lots of cool coverage moves. It gets mystical fire, it gets earth power, just a lot of stuff that deals really well with steel types and other stuff that threatens fairies. So I think that'll be strong. And then its Therian form is just going to be, I think, the same thing, but as a Trick Room attacker, and it gets Overcoat, so it doesn't have to worry about getting slept by Moongus.
Oh, that's pretty nice that there's Overcoat. Yeah, I'm a big Amoonguss hater, I'll be honest. I think everything that runs Spore should be banned. and is for people who really don't know how to have fun. I really dislike Among Us. Every time I see that spore, I'm like, no, I don't want that.
Not again.
Not again, no! I wouldn't mind it so much if there was a sleep clause, but there just isn't, and that really makes it even worse. Alright, so now we get the list of transferable exclusive forms, or Arcanine, the Hisuian forms.
I am probably unreasonably excited for Hisuian Arcanine.
This is your version of Basculegion?
Well, no, Basculegion is gonna be so much better, but like...
no, I meant in terms of unreasonable excitement.
Well, okay, just hear me out. So it gets Rockhead. So it can fire off head smashes and flare blitzes without taking recoil. It still gets access to extreme speed. I would just like slap a choice band on this and probably like Terra Normal, and it just fires off like strong attacks, and I think it'll just be, I don't think it'll be good per se, but it'll just be fun. Fire Rock is very terrible defensive typing, but quite good offensive typing, and the rest of its move pool can patch that up. Like it can run like close combat probably like as its last move, and it can just hit everything for big damage as long as you protect it from taking super effective hits to stuff it doesn't want to take.
Yeah, I feel like I think it might actually be kind of, I don't know. I think it will be good until you surpass like 1600s, and after that it becomes like my version of, or like your version of Barracuda, where you really want to use it. It has potential, but it just is not doing it.
I think Arcanine is cool.
It's good. It definitely is.
The damage is quite impressive. I don't think we've ever had Flare Blitz Rockhead. I'm excited to see it. Devil's UU. It could be very cool.
Yeah, I'm a big Slowbro. I'm a big Slowbro guy. I'm a broder. I'm excited for this one. Quick Draw, Own Tempo Regenerator. 3 abilities that are good, but Quick Draw is really funny. Especially combined with Quick Claw. Is it good? No, absolutely not. It's pretty shit, I would even say, but it is funny, and I really like Slowbro. Slowbro is just such a cool guy. I don't know. Poison Psychic, I'm messing with this guy. Then we get Alolan Muk. Also very excited for that guy. I'm a big Muk fan. I'm a Mucker.
I'm a huge fan of this guy.
Are you also a bit
this
of a
guy
Mucker?
with an AV.
Oh,
yeah. No, this guy's very awesome.
Are you guys Muk fans? Are we all among Muk fans?
I'm excited for this thing.
I think it's pretty cool.
Right, so we are all amongst the Muk fans. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I unfortunately gotta go.
Nice typing.
Yeah, Poison Dark is pretty nice. I hope this goes down to WU, because I think you can have a lot of fun there.
I gotta go now, so
oh, yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah,
we're already doing this for quite a while, so I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll see you
See
later.
you guys.
Alright, then we get Articuno. Galar.
It was never anything special last gen. Like,
no.
People like Nidorus were running it with like Iron Ball on Trick Room, and that was kind of fun with it.
It was funny, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Then we get, which I think will be the GOAT, the absolute champ that is underrated together with Hoopa. Gyarados. Gyarados Defiant, flying fighting. I'm feeling this guy. I'm super feeling this guy. With Defiant, ooh, I'm looking forward to him. Smack a Scarf or a Band on it, or maybe a Lorp. You can go nuts.
Yeah, I think it'll be about as good as it was last gen, like super good, like...
But underrated.
Yeah, Bandit or Scarf, but just a little bit in the shadow of Urshifu, which can do a lot of the things a little bit better. But yeah, I think it'll be solid. Like, I think you'll definitely see good players throwing it onto DOU teams and winning games.
I really want to use it. Moltres, how do you guys feel about Moltres?
I think it's cool.
I never liked it.
It's dark type syndrome.
You can make it work. I've won games with it last gen before, but it's a pretty linear mon. Like you just hope to set up like proc Berserk and like set up nasty plots, and
Or if you're a baller.
It's fine. I don't think it's that good though.
No, I agree. Typhlosion? Ghost type. Ooh. I think it's, honestly, looking at the stats, it's gonna rely a lot on Eruption, and that's just kinda it. It's just gonna be very reliant on Eruption.
Probably like a decent UU-mon or something. Yeah, fast eruptions, can't be faked out, gets Shadow Ball. But, yeah.
Slowking. I'm a big fan of this guy. Again, this is gonna be really fun in WU because no way it's gonna be in WU, but...
Early reception moment.
Yeah, I think that's kind of mid. I think people run offensive Slowking. Just do that, you know? I'm feeling the offensive Slowking. I'll be pulling up with it. Samurott. I'm really excited for this guy. Samurott, one of my favorite Pokemon. I started playing in Gen 3 actually, but like I'm from the Netherlands and they didn't make games, or they don't make games in Dutch. So by Gen 5 I kind of started understanding what they were saying. So I feel like Gen 5 is somewhat my starting gen, even though it was Gen 3.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm really excited to use my first like real starter Pokemon.
Yeah,
a sharpness.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically whatever the rock version of Scissor is.
This is the water version.
Cleaver, but spikes.
Yeah, and it's kind of got the same thing. It's got like the base 65. I think it's a dark.
Yep.
That sets spikes instead of stealth rock. Yeah, I like the design. I think on paper it's interesting. Probably better suited to like DOU than DOU, just because kind of awkward speed tier for the lack of bulk that it has, and its offense is like, it's got sharpness, which compensates for its 108 attack, but there's just gonna be bigger threats out there that it can't really hold a candle to. Yeah,
but nevertheless, I'm excited to see it return. By the way, Politoed isn't returning, right?
No, I don't think we get Politoed or Ninetales or like any other
weather setter.
I think some of those might be in DLC.
Not with home anyways. DLC.
We need Politoed so badly for WE because I'm running Klefki with Damproc and it just isn't it that I really want to use Rain. But I'm really resorting to the forbidden methods, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
The Damproc Rain Dance for Coronas.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lilligant. I'm pretty excited for this guy. Lilligant, grass fighting, chlorophyll, pretty good stats, pretty fun Pokemon. I like the design. I think they did something quite fun, making it feel more active and dynamic, while the original form was kind of, I don't want to call it fat, but at least it didn't look too movable. I don't know how to say it in a better way.
I think Lilligant already was like one of the better Pokemon designs overall. It's popular with a lot of people, but they took it in a cool direction with the Hisuian form, and I'm a fan of it. I think it'll just be a better version of Lilligant. Like it'll be a chlorophyll thing that uses like sleep powder and after you for Torkoal teams, but it has the option to run like close combat or something.
I was about to say I just have to rely on Torkoal anymore.
Yeah, it also gets a signature move, which is basically, I forget what it's called, but it's basically Quiver Dance, but for your physical stats. But I think it's just too frail and too weak to be a good user of that. But the fact that that move exists is cool. If other Pokemon start running it in the future, I think that could be interesting. But yeah.
Also gets like Hustle. This one's kind of interesting.
Huh.
It has like 4 different, or not 4, but like 3 different ways you can run it.
I don't have too much else to say about Lilligant though.
Yeah. Me neither. Basculin, I think Eragon, you were on to something. I'm really excited for Basculin in double UU. I'm gonna run this guy.
Yeah, totally.
So that was that. I doubt anyone made it to this point. If you did, you're a real trooper. I'll be honest, I don't know if I would make it to this point. It's a long, beefy podcast, this one. Especially because these are not the funny and entertaining stories. This was just what do we think about the meta, and that can be quite boring. Maybe it was actually. Either way, in case you made it to the end, first of all, thank you, but I also have some questions for you. And don't worry, I won't ask you to subscribe. I never do that, I don't like doing that. But I do have some other questions, because you made it here, so I assume you enjoyed this, you might want to see more. What do you guys want to see? Or hear, I suppose. Do you guys want to hear more personal and funny stories? Like, I don't know, we get some, like, well-known doubles guys in here. We, I don't know, talk about the funny, I don't know, high school stories or whatever you might think is interesting, or because this was what I was planning for the next episode of the podcast. If I go through with this, I might do that, I don't know. But just talking about Pokemon games, just the games, you know, the spin-offs, the mainlines, maybe what we want to see for a new Legends game, or where the fuck did Pokemon Jewel go? I really want that back. I love that game. And like stuff like that. Maybe that's a fun podcast thing, and we kind of leave the competitive side of things behind, because we've been talking for a long time. It is kind of dry. You know, I get that, so... Oh no, what do you guys want to see? Let me know. If there are also any questions, like, just ask them. I always react to them. I have 25 subscribers or whatever the fuck I got, so... like, I don't know, I don't get that much questions. If I get any at all, so I'll react and respond to them. Either way, thanks again for listening. I'll still need to figure out a name for this podcast. At this point, I'm just rambling on, making it even longer. But yeah, also I'm going on holiday Monday, so it's not gonna be an aesthetically pleasing stream. I don't have any time to figure something out. But again, thanks for listening, and goodbye.